So I'm going to share my testimony not from the beginning, but from what's happening right now, because that's what testimony is. It's sharing what God's doing in your life. And recently he's done something very big, and he's broken off a huge chain that's weighed me down like my entire life, and that's perfection. So I don't have a really crazy testimony from the beginning like we hear, especially like situations like this where someone wants to tape your testimony. Like, I wasn't the baddest kid in school. I wasn't a huge rebel. I was like goody two-shoes, just do what my parents say, kind of mindlessly going through that and not being obedient to God first. And so right now I'm in my 6th year of school as an undergrad student, and I think a lot of people hear that and they get really embarrassed to say it, but I realized at the time that it took me to get here, it was because I was fighting so much against what God wanted to do for me and in me. And so when I finally acknowledged that I'm imperfect and I bent to His will, not just bend to His will, but I completely surrendered, like, hey God, you are so right, I am so wrong, and I want to be made perfect only by you, not by anything I can do. That's when He just changed everything. I am about to graduate with a child development degree, and it's, I actually wanted to teach elementary school, and it's not that I've given up that dream, but I've always wanted to do design, and I rejected that idea so many times because I think I held myself back, because I knew it would disappoint my parents. I knew that not because I was being a bad kid or anything, but because they wanted the best for me, and this probably to a lot of people isn't the best thing to do. So there was that, and then there's also what are you going to do with design, right? Well, if God has a plan for you, it's not by accident, and it's not that He's gifted you with something just so you can be really good at it, but He wants you to use that talent, and He wants you to give Him glory in the end. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to use the gift that He's given to me before I was even born, when I was just a thought. Not just a thought, but like part of His plan before I was even made. He knew I was going to have this gift. He knew that I was going to have a passion for this, and He knew that I was going to do this for Him. So I'm ready. I'm ready to do that now. But it comes with understanding that I'm imperfect, and that no matter how much I've built myself up, no matter how many Sunday services I've attended, no matter how many youth group retreats I've been to, or no matter how much I served in church, no matter how good I was, or how hard I studied, all of that means nothing if it's not done for Him. You're probably wondering, well, does that mean I have to be a bad student, or I shouldn't serve, or I shouldn't go to church? No, I'm saying that if you're doing this to gain your own merit, you're resisting, like I am, or I was, resisting His plan, saying no to Him, being disobedient, because He sent Christ because I'm imperfect. And I need Him. And I don't think I really fully understood what that means until recently, because there's been so many imperfect moments where it was so heavy, and I felt like I would be pretty much rendered useless if I didn't perform, if I didn't stick to this standard. But that's not what God's about. That's not what the cross was about. And so when I surrendered those things to Him, I said, God, I'm tired, because it is very tiring to be perfect, and I'm getting nowhere with what I'm doing. And some people, they can get really far with being really good at what they do. But when God has his way, regardless of where you are in life, like I'm 23 right now and I'm realizing these things and I feel like it's so late. He's showing me, no, this is the right time. Better now than later. Better now than never. So I'm gonna be imperfect, and I'm going to acknowledge that, not because it's a great thing, but it's a great thing in the sense that I'm acknowledging that I need him on a daily basis. And so following his plan means, and obeying him means making a lot of mistakes on the way, because I can't do it on my own. But when I let him invade my thoughts, and I let him control my life, and I let him be the planner and the maker of my destiny, then it is doors opening left and right. He honors his promise to us, and he definitely honored that promise to me. So this new journey I'm going on of imperfection and following the dreams that I had since I was a kid, and saying yes to what he has in store for me, and even not even knowing what that specifically looks like, might sound scary to people, but it's so liberating and it's so freeing, and I feel like I can do this in faith. Like I can step forward in faith now and know that no matter what happens later or what happens next, even if it doesn't fit to my plan, which is like pretty much gone because I don't know where I'm going next, honestly. But when I have faith and I say yes, I want to follow that, and those doors open and I go, like I realize that I couldn't have done any of that if it was me being resistant to him and going on my own path and doing things my own way. So yeah, I'm imperfect, but through Christ I'm perfect, because he's the perfection in me. There's nothing else. And I'm Becca. I was lost. Now I'm found.